Hi, my name is Max, and in this video today I'm going to be talking about my struggle with social anxiety and the steps that I've taken in recent months to help me slowly but surely overcome this problem. Now, before we get started, it's important to realise that social anxiety is a very real problem which affects millions of people across the world, guys. Don't ever feel like you are alone in suffering from social anxiety. Like I said, it's a very real problem, but it also has a very real solution. Now, broadly speaking, what is social anxiety? If you've ever suffered from social anxiety, you'll know what I mean when you freeze up or you panic in certain social situations and it causes you to avoid them. In a nutshell, social anxiety stops you from being you. Okay, so the biggest step that I took in overcoming my social anxiety was by using what I like to call trigger points to help me get past the problem. Now, if you've ever suffered from social anxiety, you will know what I mean by trigger points. It's the point when you start to feel your anxiety taking you over. Now, for some people, they might panic, they might freeze. For me, what I used to get was a little voice in the back of my head, and it would tell me, Max, don't go and talk to this person, you're not cool enough. Max, don't go and talk to this person, it'll be awkward. Max, don't go and talk to them, they don't want to talk to you. Don't go and join that group, they don't want you to join their group. That's the kind of thing that I mean by trigger point. It's the point when you can feel your anxiety starting to take you over. Now, for years, my reaction to this was to run away. And what did I achieve by running away? Well, I temporarily suppressed the feeling of social anxiety. I suppressed it, I pushed it deep down. But the problem with that is you never really conquer it. You only push it down just for it to come back later. So one example that I always think of when I think about trigger points and the trigger points that I used to use was when I used to go to the shop on my university campus. Now, it's inevitable. My university wasn't particularly big, so when I go there, I would see people that I knew. Now, what I used to do is I would literally see someone I knew, I want to go and talk to them, and then that little voice would pop up inside my head. And what would I do in response? I would run away. I kid you not, there was a toilet next to the shop, and what I used to sometimes do, I used to literally walk out of the shop when I saw someone I knew and go and stand in the cubicle for 5 minutes. I'd look at my phone, that way, when I went back out, they weren't there, I'd avoided the situation. Now, okay, I understand, depending on your outlook, that either looks really bad, and looking back on it now, that was really bad, or some people will say, oh, that's not that bad, just get over it. But, guys, if you think about all the time that I've wasted, all the opportunities for interactions and social just situations that I'd completely wasted throughout the years, it really got to me. And I'm not sure when, but there came a point when I realised that enough is enough and I need to tackle this social anxiety head on. So, I bet you're now asking, how did you use these trigger points to tackle your social anxiety head on? Now, this is going to sound crazy. If you've ever suffered from social anxiety, it's going to sound ridiculous, but you need to go against every single thing that your brain is telling you to do when your social anxiety rises. In that way, you need to use your social anxiety as a prompt. You need to use those trigger points as a trigger for you to go against your social anxiety. Now, I know it sounds insane because when you get social anxiety, every single part of your brain is telling you to run away, to avoid the situation, or don't get yourself into that social interaction. But like I said, you need to use that as a prompt to actually go for it. Go towards that social situation. I'll go back to the example of seeing someone at the shop on my university campus. So what I started doing was when I saw someone, rather than running away, as every single fibre in my body was telling me, run away, my brain was telling me, run away, I would go against that. And you need to start very slowly introducing that. You need to start going against those feelings. I would go against those feelings and I would go out of my way to ask someone how their day was, what the time was, what they were doing that evening. Just use small social interactions. Use these trigger points to start building your confidence back up. And all of the fears that I had about these social interactions, none of them were true, guys. The world didn't implode. All my friends didn't hate me. It wasn't really that awkward. Like, what is the worst that can happen? This is what you need to think about when using trigger points. When your brain is telling you don't do something, just think, what is the worst that can happen? I'm going to go for it. And you need to go after it, guys. And I promise, slowly but surely, it starts to build up your self-confidence and it starts to slowly remove your social anxiety that you're feeling. And I promise, guys, like I said, I can't stress it enough. It's a very slow process. But eventually, if you start to use your trigger points to go against your social anxiety, I promise that you will slowly, surely overcome it. Okay, guys, before I wrap up this video, I do want to make it very clear that I'm not just saying you're going to turn off your laptop, turn off your computer, go and use trigger points, and suddenly your social anxiety is gone. That's not what I'm saying, but if you slowly use and introduce trigger points into your day-to-day life and you go against them, I promise you will start to build up your self-confidence, you will start to become more assertive, and slowly but surely your social anxiety will begin to disappear. Now, I just want to quickly say before I end this video that I will be uploading more of these kind of videos, self-confidence, self-improvement, self-home fitness videos, these kind of things on this YouTube channel. So if you're interested, if you could hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, that would be awesome. And if you have any questions for me, if you could leave them in the comment section or drop me a personal message. I'm not sure how it works. If you can, I hope you can just send me a personal email if you don't want to put it in the comments. But any problems you've got, let me know, guys. So once again, I hope this video has helped, and thank you for watching.